The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
We are seeing significant potential upside on the L10 and the 710, 711 zone. And the one thing I just try to remind everyone too is that when we look at the success we had over the last year and a half from surface on the one target we call Sam Southeast, that is in fact the L10 shear zone at surface.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Sean Heinrichs. He's the CEO of 1911 Gold Corporation. And Sean, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm great, Steve. Nice to be back here talking to you.
Yeah, well, you've got some really good news out, and that is you've had an update on the underground resource expansion drilling going on right now at True North. And the numbers very positive, showing 12 drill holes, about 3,600 meters. And from what you're seeing, I think you're pretty happy today.
We are. I mean, look, these are into some of the areas we already knew going in would be interesting. Some of what's come out of this program and continues to come out of this program makes it even more compelling for us. So yeah, we're very happy with these results. We look forward to getting more similar types of things like this out in the future.
And as you mentioned, you were expecting you were going to get results, but keep hitting hole after hole after hole. That's what you like to see, I guess, when you're drilling.
Yes, as the geologists say, it's a structural success when you hit the targets where you're hoping to hit them. As the CEO and probably the CFO, we're happier when those targets have gold in them. So it's a win on both sides. We're happy with the way this is coming together. And these two targets, as I mentioned, they already were part of the higher grade parts of the existing 43-101 resource. So we knew they should be good. They had not been drilled by us previously, obviously. And, we think we're cutting it at the exact right angle to give us the best possible information for what we're doing with them, which is obviously turning it into a mineable resource in the future. So we're happy on all fronts right now.
Sean, maybe you could sort of just to the investing crowd, just a bit about the mineralization that you've discovered beyond the current resource and just the availability of expansion of this.
Yeah, certainly. Look, we started the last, the drill campaign focusing on a couple of things in the underground. One was, we need to prepare our way for production. So there's a significant element of delineation and infill drilling. A lot of the infills particularly focused on areas that we expect to be test mining later this year. So we had all those hinge related news releases out a few weeks ago. But the other component of it was, look, we need to look to the first year to 2 years, see what kinds of opportunities there are. The MRE itself only picked up probably about 35% of the known drill hole data from past operators even. So we knew there was significant potential for expansion of the existing resource by filling in those areas, particularly around inferred resource areas or clear gaps where we have a nice high grade hole in one spot, nothing, and then another high grade hole another 100 meters below it. So you easy, go in there, put a drill hole, fill it in. We've been hitting every time so far that we expected. On the hinge one, sorry, I should qualify it. On the hinge one, we did have a couple of misses, but that particular hinge vein we put out before is notorious for being quite narrow with a lot of pinching and swelling. This area we're in is a little bit different, a little bit better. It's a nice Gabbro hosted unit. So we are seeing significant potential upside on the L10 and the 710, 711 zone. And the one thing I just try to remind everyone too is that when we look at the success we had over the last year and a half from surface on the one target we call Sam Southeast, that is in fact the L10 shear zone at surface. So we're drilling it now off of 16. There's various veins that we're drilling within that L10 unit. But this is going to go straight up to surface. So when we do our updated MRE here towards the end of the year, there's going to be a lot coming out of that, particularly around this unit itself and the potential that it will unlock for our underground mining program. We can get at this area not just from True North, but we can actually get at it from the hinge mine itself. There's a whole area that kind of comes toward it, and that creates an opportunity for us to be going in from the ramp and also from the shaft. So we're really happy with the way this is going. And then now we've got this whole extension down to 710, 711, which was discovered off of level 26, which is over 1 kilometer below surface, and it looks like it's coming up towards L10. So there's a lot of gaps to fill in between the two. And the holes we put out yesterday did a good job of starting to highlight those gaps being filled. So looks like a lot ahead for us there.
Yeah, so two drill rigs still running, and you're going to add a third one as well?
We are, yeah. We're bringing a third one to go into the Hinge ramp mine. So it's going to move down. There's a few test mining targets we need to drill off first. Those will be relatively quick because they're pretty close to development. We just need to do some infill on those so they're prepped and ready for Eric and his team to go in and start blasting and taking that ore out. And then that particular drill is going to move over to L13, which is that branch I mentioned, which goes towards Sam Southeast. We're going to put the rig there, and then we're going to start drilling the down dip extension of Sam Southeast from underground. We're going to be a lot closer to the target there, obviously, than we were from surface. And we'll be able to fill in that remaining gap down to this area that was in yesterday's news release. So we're going to fill in that hole, and then we're going to include all that in our updated MRE towards the end of the year. So yeah, lots going on.
Yeah, lots of work to come, that's for sure. Sean, thanks so much. Real good update. Good to see you as well.
Yeah, great to see you too, Steve. Always, anytime you want to talk, we can catch up. That's awesome.
All right, look forward to it. We'll do lots of it. Sean Heinrichs, the CEO of 1911 Goldcorp.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.